I'm here today in San Diego, California. Behind me is a mansion over 5,000 square feet with 10 bedrooms. This house is actually a San Diego historical landmark, and on the front of the house is a plaque that says Beth Sarim, House of Princes, 1929. Now, Watchtower leaders once taught that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and the prophets of old would return to San Diego as princes and live here in this house. They predicted that this would happen in 1925, and this house was built in 1929. The book Salvation said, the purpose of acquiring this property and building the house was that there might be some tangible proof that there are those on earth today who believe that faithful men of old will soon be resurrected by the Lord, be back on earth, and take charge of the visible affairs of earth. The publication, The New World, affirmed that those faithful men of old may be expected back from the dead any day now. Millions now living will never die said that we may expect 1925 to witness the return of these faithful men of Israel from the condition of death being resurrected. 1925 will mark the return of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and the faithful prophets of old. A 1917 issue of the Watchtower magazine said, there will be no slip-up. Abraham should enter upon the actual possession of his promised inheritance in the year 1925 AD. A 1923 issue of the Watchtower said 1925 is definitely settled by the scriptures. And a 1924 issue of the Watchtower said this year, 1925, is a date definitely and clearly marked in the scriptures, even more clearly than that of 1914. The year 1925 was definitely settled by the Watchtower Society that the Old Testament prophets would return. This is also documented by the San Diego Press. The San Diego Sun said, San Diego mansion with modern improvements awaits earthly prophets. That's March 15th, 1930. January 9th, 1931, the San Diego Sun says, David's house awaits for owner. Now, when Judge Rutherford was asked, how will he know who these Old Testament prophets were? How would he recognize David? He described them as being perfect men, that he would just know they were perfect men, and that they would have frock coats, high hats, canes, and spats. And the same article in the San Diego Sun said that there was a new yellow 16-cylinder coupe Cadillac in the driveway awaiting for David. And in the meantime, Judge Rutherford was driving this Cadillac. What's really interesting now is that the Watchtower Bible Tract Society tries to cover this up. In the 1975 yearbook, they claim that this house was built for Judge Rutherford's use to spend his winters in San Diego because he was sick. And many Jehovah's Witnesses do not know about this house. I took pictures here a couple of days ago and showed them to a Jehovah's Witness, and he admitted he tried to find the house, but he doesn't know the address. And another Jehovah's Witness said, I've tried to find the house too, but I don't know the address, so I can't find it. So the address is 4440 Braeburn Road, San Diego, California. So my question for the Jehovah's Witnesses is, why didn't Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and other Old Testament princes show up in 1925 like the Watchtower said they would? Since this prophecy did not come to pass, doesn't this mean that the society is a false prophet? It is obvious that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did not show up in 1925, and this led to great disappointment amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. The 1975 yearbook of Jehovah's Witnesses reflected the year 1925 came and went. Jehovah's anointed followers were still on earth as a class. The faithful men of old times, Abraham, David, and others, had not been resurrected to become princes in the earth. So, as Anna MacDonald recalls, 1925 was a sad year for many brothers. Some of them were stumbled, their hopes were dashed. Instead of it being considered a probability, they read into it that it was a certainty, and some prepared for their own loved ones with expectancy of their resurrection. Now, I believe that this is very sad, but this is also proof that the Watchtower Bible Tract Society is a false prophet, and they cannot be trusted. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy burdened, and I will give you rest." He never said, go to an organization. Salvation is only found in Jesus Christ. And that is what I want to encourage the Jehovah's Witnesses today.